How are ya? It's Friday morning. It's 7:59. I clicked start early because I did. I'm just sitting out here going through maps and I'm like, I'm ready to go. So for those of you that pop in a few minutes late, it's not, it's like a relationship, right? It's not you. It's me. I popped in a few seconds early. My apologies. Anyway, it's a beautiful sunrise, isn't it? Are you up and Adam? Are you doing your things? Here's a live look outside to Varies. I see somebody taking a boat out. I like it. It's a beautiful. Let's just sit and watch. This guy has no idea that some friends on the internet are watching. We want to be with you, buddy. Next time, maybe take coffee talkers out with you, huh? Maybe? That'd be nice if you would. All right, let's check over Ocala, see how you're doing. Yeah, some clouds over top. Not a bad start to the day. Over to the tourist district. See how things are. Swan, Dolphin, Riviera. Skyliner looking good. Heading over to the Orlando International Airport. Pretty morning. Let's check the flight status board while we're at it. Let's see. Stand by. All right. Hey, it's better than it's been. So I'll take that. All right. Right. All right, let's head over to downtown Orlando. Where's that button? There's the button. All right, one of our downtown cameras. Oh, that's pretty. Looking from the tourist district back to the city. It's looking nice this morning. The sun coming on up. The Wesh 2 Studios first morning live Doppler radar tower looking at downtown Orlando. Good. Over to the beaches we go. Let's start with New Smyrna Beach. I've got to get our Daytona Tower cam put in where I can access it on the fly. Oh, that's a shot I've not seen. Look at that. We're looking right at the jetty. That's kind of fun. Is it bad that I want to sit and watch this one too for a while? There's somebody you can see going out on the top of the screen. Okay, this is a new angle I've never seen us get before. I kind of like it. I don't want to leave this shot, but alas, here we go. Kennedy Space Center, let's see. Falcon 9 is cleared for flying again. The FAA and SpaceX did their stuff, so we'll get rocket launches here pretty quickly, and then over to the ports. Yeah, it's a pretty morning. Port Canaveral looking at one of the Disney ships. All right, first warning, live Doppler radar. Not tracking anything. Temperatures out the door, upper 70s, lower 80s. No surprise there. Forecast today gets a little stormy. 40, 50, 60% coverage of showers and storms. High temps up to about 94 degrees today. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. Good morning to you, Mike. Taylor, good morning. The guy's got the feeling he's being watched. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Deborah's asking, where are you? Love the background. And then Lauren right after says, Hammock Beach Resort. It's beautiful there. It is beautiful here. Yeah. Leaving today. Had a great opportunity to come hang out for a couple of days, and it's the last week of summer for the kids and for the wife and for me for that matter. If you've watched a while, you know I try to burn a ton of time off when the kids and family are on summer vacation. I don't have time off for a little while now. So yeah, just trying to do everything I can to be with the kiddos. Yeah. Yeah. Summer vacation's almost done. But it's beautiful here. It's beautiful there where you are. It's beautiful everywhere. Though again, we get into those showers and storms firing up later on today. So first, let's look at the high temperature forecast for today. Notice the beaches are not going to be quite as hot. Upper 80s, lower 90s. That's not too bad. But yeah, we get into some shower and thunderstorm activity. So let's do this. Let's dial up the rain chances on our Futurecast model, shall we? 8 o'clock this morning. Nice. Coast is clear, just as we had expected, right? Let's take through time. 11, 11:30, 12. Starting to see some showers bubbling up, right? You can see the rains. And notice everything is starting west and then working toward the metro, trying to get back over to the beaches. The overarching idea today for storm chances is that a lot of us are going to get rain. And not just today either. I would go even further to say the next couple of days, we actually have some pretty decent rain chances. So the Weather Prediction Center puts out a flood threat map. And basically, they've said today, tomorrow, and Sunday, highlighted areas are areas they're watching for the potential of seeing some flooding rains. So when you see this, it's not anything to freak out about, but rather it's just to let you know, oh, in the words of Ollie Williams, it's going to rain, right? That's just kind of where we're at. All right. So good. So far, so good. Everybody good so far? Now, it's Friday, so we're heading into the weekend. So let's grab Futurecast and let's go downrange even further. Let's grab the long-range Futurecast because everybody's working for the weekend. This much I know. All right. First off, tomorrow I'll be back to work. Join you for sunrise. There's today's rain chances on the extended Futurecast. All right. Tomorrow morning looking good. Watch how by like as early as 12:30, 1 o'clock, we'll start popcorning up some showers. Right? 4:30, 5 o'clock, rains around. Now, I love it. Futurecast isn't going bonkers. Why not? Like, the pattern does favor rain. Thanks, Futurecast. You get a gold star. Or, as Mr. Sauls used to say, an F for effort. All right, Futurecast is going wetter for Sunday. I think both Saturday and Sunday are going to have some fairly healthy rain chances, right? So, looking at our weekend forecasts, okay, both days, decent coverage of afternoon showers and storms. There's going to be tons of sunshine early in the day, but both days are going to have plenty of afternoon showers and storms. All right. Patty, you're just up the road from me. Sister-in-law's exercises. Oh, that's too funny. Love it. It's gonna rain. Don't do Ollie wrong like that. He likes chunky soup. He likes chunky soup. Is that a thing? You're right. It's gonna rain. I forgot. You're right. You're right. Ooh, Mike says, at end of business today, my vacation begins. The Outlaws are in town. Love that. Jenny Brown, good morning, good morning, good morning. Love that. Glad to see no rain Sunday morning. Kiddo and I have a morning flight to New York City. Well, Nikki, the reality is morning flights this time of year are usually pretty good. So FYI for everybody, for Coffee Talk on Monday morning, I was supposed to go this morning, but this little kind of mini vacation popped up unexpectedly. Monday morning, I don't know when, I'll probably end up doing Coffee Talk early because I've got the airplane. I'm renting an airplane over at the club. It's the last day that I'm with my family. Sundays and Mondays are my new days off. So Monday morning, we're all going to have breakfast together. We're going to go for a flight to breakfast, the four of us. So Coffee Talk, we'll figure it out. I'll get there. But just to let you know, that's the last day that I get to be because, I have to go back to work and then everybody goes back to school and all that stuff. Family first. We'll figure it out. Don't you worry. I am always here. I'm always here. We're always together. We'll just figure it out, right? Yes. All right. All right. Questions about our 7-day forecast. Today, high coverage of rain. It goes down like a smidge tomorrow and then back up Sunday, Monday. But plenty of rains around. Susie says Facebook not letting me individually. So good morning. Good morning. Mary says in Grand Rapids right now, but heading home to Sanford on Sunday evening. Hopefully smooth flying. Allegiant does you right. Yeah, mid-flight. I'm not doing it mid-flight. Yeah, Lauren. So when we were coming up here to Hammock, we were driving by the Flagler Airport, and I was like, I have to go pop over there for sure. Yeah. Focus on your flying your family. We shall survive. Well, we'll figure it. We'll figure it out one way or another. If it's early, if it's late, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Let's see here. Sean over on YouTube. Good morning. High chance of rain in Ormond Beach this afternoon. I work outside. It's wanting to head this direction-ish, East Coast, but do you get a ton? We'll see. We'll see. This is an interesting little weather pattern. It's going to want to work back over. So to that point, let me dial up the HER model and just kind of check on it and compare. Stand by. All right, let me pull up the her model. All right. Her. Stand by. All right. So here is the her model for today. High resolution rapid refresh for those that don't know. All right, so popcorning up and then kind of fading, but wanting to move out east. So there you go. That's the her model for today. Kind of firing up and moving out into the east. So not crazy. I think it's going to be out the door. It's going to be a stormier forecast today than yesterday. So if you're heading out to the attractions, yeah, scattered storms by dinner time will be good to go. All right. Questions about our local forecast? Because I'd like to spend the next 20 or so minutes on the tropics. Uh-oh, here comes the vacation facial hair. I have to shave it all off today, Karen, because I'm back to work tomorrow. I have to shave it all off. It's funny, I haven't shaved since I worked last, so it's been about a week. Yeah. Brian says we should do a road trip to Oshkosh. If we're doing a road trip, it better be on tricycle gear. All right. Oh my God, Lauren. It's 9 of us with 2 toddlers flying. Whew. Jenny says leave the water park by 5. Got it. Yeah. 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 All right. Ready for the tropics? Elliot. Elliot said, I love this saying. There are old pilots and bold pilots. There are just no old, bold pilots. That's correct. This boy is not bold. I'll tell you that for free. All right. All right. So let's talk about the tropics. All right. Certainly this time of year, more and more it becomes the discussion. First and foremost, a live look out there right now showing a whole lot of nothing. There's areas of clouds that we're watching. You know, if we come out toward like the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, kind of a little bit of a Tutlow form, no organization there. Come out to the intertropical convergence zone. There's a couple of waves doing their thing, but none of these are looking to form. So right off the bat, we are nice and quiet. All right. So first and foremost, nothing for now. All right. I showed you if you follow my pages, my Twitter, my Facebook page, you saw me post a model run yesterday showing something trying to develop. That said, model run by model run, it has not been consistent on kind of development. So let's just kind of take a look. For the sake of full disclosure, Saharan dust covers the Atlantic basin. And to that point, while there is nothing to see right now, there is nothing expected to develop over the next 7 days. Okay, now let's take a look and see what the kind of long-term stuff is. This is a product by the Climate Prediction Center. It is called the Global Tropics Hazards Outlook. It goes beyond the 7-day outlook to just kind of give you an idea long range. Top box, week 2, July 31st through August 6th. Bottom box is week 3, when issued August 7th through the 13th. The reason I'm pointing this out is if you look, top right corner, you see the United States, you see Florida, you see this kind of like red and white zebra line. That's saying that there may be something low-end chance, but there may be something trying to form tropically kind of in that zone. It's exactly what we have been discussing, right? The last few days, the possibility. Now, with that said, let's come back over to the satellite imagery. I know I'm bouncing ADHD style all over the place, but I'm trying to tell a story too. So there's a couple of waves out there, right? Like there's a new wave that will be coming off the coast of Africa here shortly. So there's waves, but they're not organizing. Why not? We talk a lot about the Madden-Julian oscillation when we do Coffee Talk. This goes into, in depth and essentially where can things develop, where can things not develop, okay? So this is kind of a model output that looks at the Madden-Julian oscillation. Essentially, it's really divergent winds and velocity potential and vorticity velocity potential way upstairs in the atmosphere. But for right now, what you see is, we've kind of got opportunity for development or for organization right near the Cabo Verde Islands, which is where those waves are. But as soon as they get into the central Atlantic, they just don't have a chance. But watch into top right corners August 1st, August 2nd. See how things start going green into the Caribbean, into the Gulf of Mexico, and closer to home? That means that any of these little pieces of energy right now that have the opportunity to be unorganized, but there, not completely get sheared apart, they're going to go through some hostile territory through the central Atlantic. And by the time they get into the Caribbean / Turks Caicos, Bahamas, they get into some lift, they get into some favorable air for development. Okay? So that's why nothing's expected to form anything now, but down the line, we may start to see some formation. Okay? Any questions on this before I move forward? Any question? And it's okay to have questions. Taylor says, sits crisscross applesauce and listens. See, that's not what we used to call it. But then again, I guess the 80s, we weren't so, aware that we were offending people in elementary school. Okay. All right. So that's where the Madden-Julian oscillation is. All right. Down the line, we'll have the opportunity to see perhaps some development. Okay. Joanna says, you make me smart. Well, we try, right? Okay, so here's a look at the raw model data. This is the GFS, the current run. Now, I would add that, and Mike says he's gassed up the storm chaser. I hope we don't have to do any of this stuff soon, but, peak of hurricane season. Okay, so the European has been trying to develop something the first week in August. The GFS has not. Full disclosure, I've not looked at this yet this morning, so we're looking together. Little piece of energy Saturday into Sunday coming from Cuba up into South Florida, which makes sense as to why we would try to raise the rain chances. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Look, you can kind of see, you see around Cuba, little piece of energy going into South Florida and into Central Florida right there. Yeah, right? It's that blue little piece of energy. So that's why our rain chances the second half of the weekend are going up. Anyway, it caught my eye, so it's like, all right, it's worth mentioning. All right, we continue on. In the open Atlantic, you see that sea of orange. That's high pressure. But you see those white dots kind of toward the bottom of the screen where it says forecast high 94. Those white dots are not anomalously low pressure, but in a sea of high pressure, it's areas of low pressure. And then you see a couple of little blue dots. So the GFS is wanting to do something right there near Puerto Rico, right? I'll zoom it in. Right there near Puerto Rico, near Cuba. A little something. It's picking up on a little something. Okay. Look at you, GFS, doing something. And then maybe what, up to like Louisiana? Is that what it's kind of thinking? All right, interesting. So that's the operational GFS. Let's go back. Let's look at the GFS ensemble. All right. I'm just curious. All right, so the GFS ensemble is showing some things. Okay. All right, so I would add, just right off the bat, that GFS ensemble is picking up more than it did yesterday. So it's interesting. Yesterday, the GFS wasn't picking up anything. And when it comes to these things, what you look for is model consistency between models and between model runs. Euro is kind of in a camp of its own. Now the GFS is starting to smell what the rock's cooking a little bit. So interesting. And Jessica, is GFS a good boy today? It's coming to the agreement of the European. Whether or not that's a good boy or not, I don't know. We'll see. All right, over to the European. All right. The 6Z only goes out 90 hours, so that's a pain in the neck. All right, so there's that energy, that lowered pressure near Puerto Rico. That is 2 p.m. on Wednesday, July 31st. So Yeah. Mid next week, nothing huge organized. And then deepening into yeah, deep. Is it getting terribly strong? Well, we'll see. But it's deepening. And then kind of getting right into like the mouth of the Mississippi around August 5th. So Euro's picking up on something. GFS is picking up on something. Let's go 2 Euro runs back to the 12Z. And this is what I posted on social yesterday. So the Euro is showing something on the East Coast. The 0Z is more on the West Coast around August 5th. So it's interesting around August the 5th. Right? We'll see how this plays out. I would simply add that August the 5th time frame does fit something that we outlined on our long range forecast. All right. The Gulf to Carolinas low part of the pattern, okay, was a storm system from October 30th ish. Basically, the pattern overall kind of favors that big bend over to Louisiana and then across and then out and kind of impacting the Gulf of Mexico or the Carolinas. So this is a part of it. The August 5th through the 12th. This fits that. It fits that time frame. I'm not saying that we're going to get hit or anything. I'm just saying, the pattern fits. The models are sniffing something out in that time frame. Let's see what happens. One other tool that we can use, by the way. Oh my gosh, this humidity is making me schwitz over here. One other tool that we can use. We don't use this a ton, but sometimes I have the time to look at it off camera. Is the BSR, the Bering Sea rule? Okay, it's another teleconnection. High pressure, high pressure, high pressure. I'm going to go through time. That's August like 3rd. But watch here how it's kind of showing a little area of low pressure out in the Gulf of Mexico. You see that? August, July. That's August 8th on the BSR. So the BSR is showing something of an area of low pressure around the Gulf around August 8th. So the BSR is kind of hinting at something, right? The models are starting to hint at something, and we know that it fits the pattern. So interesting, look, it's interesting. That's where I'm at. Let's look at the ensembles. Let's go to the European ensembles. European ensembles. We'll go to the 0Z because you're the only one that goes out that far. But there you go. The signal on the European ensembles is significantly greater than it was this time yesterday when we were chatting. So I think it's safe to say confidence is growing that by not next week, the following week. So, 2-ish weeks out, may have something to track, which means I would say that by late next week, we will be busy, which means that next Tuesday on our coffee talk or not on our coffee talk, but on our tracking the tropics that Jeremy and I do, we'll be rather busy. All of these things. Mike says, I think that MJO is going to do its thing. I think you're right, man. I think that right now, anything that's moving through has an uphill battle, but once it gets into this favorable MJO phase, boom goes the dynamite. And so I think that's what, thankfully, anything that would to develop, it would be rather homegrown. So it's not going to be massive, doesn't look like. Now, could it be? Sure. But it's not going to have a ton of time, right? Anything that does try to develop in this time frame is going to be a rather homegrown type of an event, given the MJO phase. Michelle's asking MJO. For somebody that watches rather often, I'm surprised you're not aware of what the MJO is, considering I explain it every day. So think of the Madden-Julian oscillation as I'll back this up again. So these waves coming off Africa, you see how it's green here? Essentially, there's lift, there's moisture, there's energy near Africa. But as soon as they get into the open Atlantic, it loses its energy. And so for the next couple of days, there's not going to be much of an opportunity to develop anything tropical. But you see how we start turning green around August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, around the Caribbean, the Gulf, Florida, the Bahamas. That's atmosphere adding lift, adding energy, adding the opportunity. And when you go in phase with this, the Madden-Julian oscillation, typically you have the opportunity to see things like that develop. Not a super cane or anything like that, but rather just the ensemble plots showing something, finding that MJO phase, and thus offering up development. Right. So to that point, I would say and again, going back to our long range forecast, this fits the pattern, right? We called it the Gulf to Carolinas low with these hot spots. And while we didn't necessarily see anything form organized June 20th through the 26th, that August 5th through the 12th time frame fits this. And I would just add, I would very much be watching this kind of Louisiana, Grand Isle area over toward like the Big Bend of Florida. Somewhere in there is where this pattern does favor development / impacts. Okay, so we've got that there. We've observed it happen before. We'll see how it goes. All right. So, questions, comments, concerns. I know. Stella says so many abbreviations. Dude, don't I know. I know. I know. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. This no system scenario has me nervous. Do a repeat of 04, one after another when they do hit. I mean, it's possible, right? We know that the second half of hurricane season should be busier, right? Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. I'll pop up our 7-day forecast so that we are all aware. But, for now, I would just say we're going to be getting into a busier tropical phase. By next week, we're going to have at least newer model data, may have an invest, that sort of thing. And then from there, we'll get into early August. Melissa, you'd be a great teacher. Thank you. Carla, I know we have a lot of fish to fry before then. But what's our winter going to be like? I haven't even gotten that far, man. Truth be told. My favorite thing is knowing about this now. And then next week when there are 800 people in here, we're cool and calm and ready. Hey, man, well, there's 700 in here right now. Maybe there's 800 more. Yeah, we should take this Weather 101 more of a master's. Well, Eric, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, man. So what you're saying is that it looks like the only way Melbourne is going to get rain is with a tropical system. I didn't say that. It's just probably not going to happen today or tomorrow or the next day. We need tropical systems to impact us. Weak tropical systems to impact us. Taylor says there's only 275-ish on Facebook now. Interesting. Total with all of our platforms right now, there's about 700. Yeah. Joseph says, thank you for always explaining things to help make us so much more prepared for storms. That's my pleasure. That's my goal. I want to make sure we are not freaking out. Right? And I'll be posting model data. It's probably, at some point in the next couple of hours, we'll be posting, the model data we discussed on Coffee Talk and all that fun stuff. Mike's asking, how's the intern from Fox Governors? He's good. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, building graphics for Fox Weather. Yeah, man. He's doing his thing. We're teaching him right. No hype, Jack. That's right. Keith, Wesh, new show sucks. First off, what new show and why does it suck? They want a real hit show, Coffee Talk, where there's weather persons, not weather reporters. I don't think we've done any. I don't know that well, thank you, Keith. I didn't think we did a new show. If we did, it started while I was on vacation. Michelle, so I got MJO shamed in front of 700 people. Sorry, love. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Christian, what does hurricane season typically look like in September for Florida and the Bahamas? I'm just going to shake my head and let it be. Burris, Silence is deafening. Catherine, good morning. Good morning. Vacation for the last day. For the last day. Potential storm track and where it starts to develop reminds me of 95 Aaron. You know, it's funny, Michael. I remember Aaron like it was yesterday. Came in, if memory serves, around Vero Beach, right? We'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. We'll see. In the meantime, we're good. We're good. We got showers and thunder showers next couple of days. No tropical troubles to deal with. Lauren says we need a cheat sheet of abbreviations to refer back to. Just have an open tab and Google, right? Just Google it. MJO, what is that? BSR, what is that? Kelly. All right, that's all I got. I'm going to have to shave the beard. I'm going to have to get ready to be back in the office tomorrow morning. Hey, Riddle flight 2231. What's up, man? Good morning. All right, people. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for coffee talk. I'll be in the office tomorrow. We'll do some coffee talk from the office tomorrow, and then back home the next couple days. All right? Good old Scruffaluffagus. I can't stay with the beard. Dwayne, the boss won't let me. You're allowed, listen, there's one person at work that's allowed a beard. It isn't me. There's one person at work that's allowed glasses. That is me. I can get one or the other. I can't do both. Not allowed. One person gets facial hair. That isn't me. I'm the person that's allowed the glasses. TV man, it's all about the image consultant. Audrey Mansfield. Okay, all right, enough. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Bye.